Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel, your source for all things Everton. Just my match reaction to Everton 1, Newcastle 4, in a game which, in my opinion, has seen Everton relegated to the Championship, which is horrible to say, but it's something which we can't say hasn't been coming. Look, let's cut to the chase here. These players are just garbage. They're terrible. They're awful. Absolutely woeful. And you know what? Some may disagree, but I don't think it's not for the want of trying. I just think that the fact of the matter is they aren't good enough to play this level of football. Unfortunately, this Everton team has been that stripped down and that neglected and just in a state of managed decline for so long now that we're in a position where we aren't good enough to play Premier League football. And that's horrible to say for a club of our history and our size and our tradition. We've just been left to rot, and that was just laid there, glaring back at us on the pitch today. The players just aren't good enough, and the players essentially are going to take us down to the Championship, unfortunately. You know, I went to the bus greet today, as did many other people. We all turned out in our numbers, and we all, gave our all with the blue smoke and the, the support for the players and all the rest of it. But speaking just on my personal view, I can't help but feel there was just an undercurrent of it's just different to last year. Last year there was just something about there was a bit of magic, that there was the little bit of a spark when we threw a bit of a run together. We had players like Richarlison, carrying us through, and just this year there's nothing. There's nothing there, nothing at all. And again, I'm not necessarily saying it's not for the want of trying, but the players are just terrible. And Everton Football Club have just got themselves in a position where we aren't good enough for the Premier League. This division is too good for us, and it's horrible to say. It feels horrific that I have to say those words, but that is the fact of the matter. We aren't good enough to play in this league. We just simply aren't. We've been absolutely, taken apart by, all right, yeah, they're a good side, but there's just nothing there. There's just nothing there at all. And, I go back to the point I made at the start of the video when I said that the game which has probably seen Everton relegate, and I firmly believe that. I think that's us down now. I do. I had my reservations ahead of this game because for me, the Fulham game really was quite telling for me. I think a lot of people accepted that was a game we had to win. We didn't. We got battered then again. And then, of course, Leicester won last weekend. Leeds and Leicester drew the other night. And then the big one was, of course, Forest winning yesterday. And, it was going to always be a tough task, but, we still went down there. We still welcomed the coach. The banners were all out, and we gave it our all. But the fans can't do anything else now. We've done everything we can. These players, there's no helping them now. There's no helping them. It's just not enough. We can only do so much, and we've done everything we can. We didn't want to be in this position again. We are in this position again. We came, we saw, we did as much as we could, but the players are just not cut out for this level of football. And it's going to be, you look at the remaining games. We've got Leicester away on Monday night. We don't win away from home. So, you may as well not turn up for that. Sorry, it sounds defeatist, but what else do you expect me to say when Everton just don't do a thing away from home? We don't lay a glove on anyone away from home, hardly ever. So you can forget them. You can forget the Brighton away from home because they're a far superior side to Leicester. And going away to the Amex at the moment is just unthinkable for Everton to even do anything. So you can forget about that. Manchester City, yeah, that the achievement there with it not to be double figures at the moment. So it's not happening there. And then, by the time you get to Wolves and Bournemouth, I think I'll be done then. I do. What else can you say? Relegation. Something which we never thought would happen, but yeah, you just can't. It's a difficult one because you can't argue against it. There's no real argument for us to say that we don't deserve this because we absolutely do. We may not be rock bottom, but I believe we're the worst side in that league. I really do. A side that just can't score, can't create, can't defend. We are the worst side in that division, I think. And you know what? I honestly feel if Everton were to play Southampton, Southampton would beat us. Um, yeah. So really disappointing. Obviously, we hoped that maybe there's a lot of hope involved that we could muster up some of that spirit that we saw towards the end of last season, but it's quite evident that's not there. That's just not there, and it's not going to happen this time around. And yeah, it looks like we'll be playing Championship football next season, which is gut wrenching. It really is. It's going to break a lot of people. It's going to break me. But yeah, we all know the situation. This is why we've been marching. This is why we've been protesting. This is why we've been doing what we've been doing over the last 12 to 18 months or so. But I think the chickens have finally come home to roost now. And there's nowhere left to run. There's just nowhere left to run now. And a lot of people turned out today to give it one last push, one last real push to get behind the lads. And it's ended up in us getting absolutely pasted everywhere again. And I think a lot of people have probably lost a bit of hope now, because I certainly have. I'm not going to sit here and start chatting all this about every game's a cup final, and I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick to death of hearing this phrase. It's a cup final. It's quite evident that these players can't deal with anything that remotely, means some kind of occasion where they have to step up to the plate. They can't do it. They're not good enough. They're just not good enough. So, when you can make as many montages as you like, and as many, slow-mo videos of flares getting set off on Goodison Road last year, it's not going to wash this year, unfortunately. I'm sorry, it's not. I appreciate some people are really optimistic, and they have a never say die attitude, and they're going to want to take this till the last day, and it's not over till it's over. But for me, it is because there's no signs there at all that this not anything's going to change. There's not even a flicker of hope that anything's going to change. We've seen enough football from this team now to know what to expect, and yeah, they're just shite. They're just shite, aren't they? And there's nothing else to say. I think we've got Leicester on Monday night, but I think over the next week or so, I think you'll probably find a lot of people starting to come to terms with the fact that we aren't going to be a Premier League side anymore. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. A lot more videos to come on this game, I'm sure. So yeah, thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Cheers.